Have you ever had that one coworker who seemed more like a friend than just someone you worked with? I did. I thought we had each other's backs, both in and out of the office. I trusted them. But let me tell you, I learned the hard way that your coworkers are not your friends. Let me take you back a few years to when I first started a new job. I was nervous, excited, and, like many of us, eager to make connections. I quickly bonded with one of my coworkers, let's call her Sarah. We clicked instantly. We'd grab lunch together, share personal stories, and even hung out after work sometimes. It felt like I had found a real friend in the workplace. We shared everything, frustrations about work, personal goals, even relationship drama. And I trusted her, but that's where I made my mistake. Everything was going great until one day, the dynamics shifted. There was an opportunity for a promotion, something I had been working towards for months. Sarah knew how much I wanted it. So, imagine my surprise when I found out she got it. Now, I was happy for her, or at least I tried to be. But the way it happened, it didn't sit right. She hadn't mentioned applying for it, hadn't even hinted. I only found out when it was announced to the entire office. What stung the most wasn't that she got the job, but that she never told me she was even in the running. We were supposed to be close. I thought we had a pact, but it turns out, in the workplace, it's every person for themselves. Then it got worse. Shortly after her promotion, I started noticing strange things. Conversations we had in confidence were somehow making their way to our boss. I found out she had been using my frustrations about the job to paint me as difficult, while positioning herself as the ideal candidate for more responsibility. It hurt. I felt betrayed. I had let my guard down, shared too much. It was a classic case of mixing friendship and work, and it backfired. That experience was an eye-opener. It was tough, but I came to realize something that I wish I had known from the start: your coworkers are not your friends. Sure, you can be friendly, but you have to remember that in a professional setting, everyone is looking out for themselves. And that's not a bad thing, it's just how it is. I learned the hard way that if you let your guard down, it can cost you professionally and emotionally. But now, I see things differently. And I want to share with you the lessons I learned so you don't have to go through the same thing. The lessons learned: how to approach work. Lesson 1: keep boundaries clear. First and foremost, set clear boundaries. It's easy to blur the lines between professional and personal relationships, especially if you're working closely with someone. But boundaries protect you. Keep conversations about your personal life light and selective. Don't share details you wouldn't want the whole office to know. That doesn't mean you have to be cold or distant. It's about being mindful of what you share and with whom. Lesson 2. Competition is inevitable. Understand that competition in the workplace is natural. It's business, not personal. You can get along with your coworkers, but never forget that everyone is trying to climb the ladder, and sometimes, that means stepping on others to get there. By accepting that there's always going to be competition, you won't be caught off guard when things get tough or when someone you thought was a friend outmaneuvers you. Lesson 3. Protect your reputation. One of the most valuable things you have in the workplace is your reputation. So protect it. Be careful who you vent to and how much you share about your frustrations. I learned that lesson the hard way when my complaints were used against me. Always assume that what you say might get back to your boss or others. Build a reputation of professionalism, not gossip or complaints. Lesson 4. Find a mentor, not a best friend. Instead of seeking friendship at work, focus on building professional connections. Seek out mentors who can help you grow. Having allies at work is important, but they should be people who can give you guidance and advice, not just someone to gossip with over lunch. A mentor will help you advance in your career, while a friend might unintentionally hold you back, especially if personal feelings get in the way. Lesson 5. Watch for red flags early. Sometimes, we ignore early warning signs in our coworkers because we want to believe the best in them. But pay attention to red flags, like coworkers who always seem to gossip about others, or who never share important information. If they do it to others, chances are, they'll do it to you. It's crucial to recognize these behaviors and stay mindful of who you confide in. Lesson 6. Document important conversations. One lesson that saved me later on was learning to document important work-related conversations. Whether it's an email summary after a meeting or notes you keep for yourself, having a record protects you if there's ever any miscommunication or disputes. This doesn't mean you don't trust your coworkers, but it's a smart move to cover yourself in case things get complicated later. Lesson 7. Avoid office politics. Office politics are tricky, but if you can, avoid getting too involved. It can be tempting to take sides or become part of a clique, but this usually backfires. Instead, stay neutral and focus on your work. Being aligned with one group or another can make you a target when things shift. Neutrality keeps you out of unnecessary drama and allows you to focus on what really matters. Lesson 8. Know when to trust and when to stay guarded. Again, know when to trust and when to stay guarded. Learning who to trust in the workplace is key. There are people who will genuinely support you, but there are others who see your success as a threat. Pay attention to how people act when things get competitive, and always stay a bit guarded until trust is earned. A coworker showing support to another, followed by another scene of subtle manipulation or betrayal in a meeting. Remember, trust is earned over time. Don't rush into it just because someone seems nice. Lesson 10. Develop emotional intelligence. Finally, emotional intelligence is one of the most valuable skills you can develop in the workplace. Knowing how to read the room, understanding others' motivations, and keeping your emotions in check can help you navigate complex work relationships with ease. By managing your emotions and understanding others, you'll be able to respond to challenges strategically, rather than emotionally, which can save you from making career-limiting mistakes. Now it's time to take control of your work life. At the end of the day, your workplace is just that, work. It's a place where you need to protect your goals, your reputation, and your career trajectory. I learned the hard way that your coworkers aren't necessarily your friends, but they can still be valuable professional connections. So, be friendly, be professional, but always keep your guard up. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Remember, it's not about building friendships at work, it's about building a career. Thanks for listening. If you've ever had a similar experience, I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Let's talk about how we can protect ourselves and our professional lives moving forward. Like and subscribe for more insights and stories on navigating work life. See you next time. Peace.